I have a lot of respect for the vice president. He has sworn me into my office as a hero. This week I hear him literally say that I don't think we should legalize marijuana. I thought you might have been high when you said it. and let me tell you, because marijuana in our country is already legal for privileged people. And the war on drugs has been a war on black and brown people. And so let me just say this. With more African Americans under criminal supervision in America than all the slaves since 1850, do not roll up into communities and not talk directly to issues that are going to relate to the liberation of children, because there are people in Congress right now that admit to smoking marijuana, while there are our kids are in jail right now for those drug crimes. And so these are the kind of issues that mean a lot to our community, and if we don't have somebody authentically, we lost the last election. Let me just give you this data example. We lost in Wisconsin because of a massive diminution, a lot of reasons, but there was a massive diminution in the African American vote. We need to have someone that can inspire, as Kamala said, to inspire African Americans to the polls at record numbers.
Thank you, Senator Booker. Vice President Biden, you can respond to that.
I'll be very brief. Number one, I think we should decriminalize marijuana, period. And I think anyone who has a record should be let out of jail. Their records expunged. It be completely zeroed out. But I do think it makes sense, based on data, that we should study what the long-term effects are for the use of marijuana. That's all it is. Number one, everybody gets out, record expunged. Secondly, I'm part of that Obama coalition. I come out of the black community in terms of my support. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus. The only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people.
No,
my point is...
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. African-American elected. So my point is that one of the reasons I was picked to be vice president was because of my relationship, long-standing relationship with the black community. I was part of that coalition.
What is up, guys? This is Mateo's 2020 Politics here, and today, wow, we're going to be discussing that crazy moment. And, when I first saw the debate, I didn't really want to talk about the moment because I just don't really find the whole issue of marijuana to be too interesting. But then I rewatched it and I was like, come on, guys. This moment went viral. I'm basically obligated to talk about it. And there's so many things to talk about there. So first we're going to talk about Cory Booker. Now, Cory Booker nailed it. He showed that, and he explained it perfectly. He said, the war on drugs has not been a war on drugs. It's been a war on black and brown people. And that's true, because we have so many people of color that are incarcerated right now. They're non-violent drug offenders. What does that mean? Yes, they took drugs, but they weren't violent. They didn't commit any other crimes. They're non-violent drug offenders. And, also, not only that, but 62% of Americans want to legalize marijuana. 62% of Americans support that. So not only it's been a war on black and brown people, the American people also straight up disagree with the war on drugs. And I believe in 1988, the amount of Americans that supported decriminalizing marijuana was just like 24%, and now it's completely soared to 62%. So that means some Trump supporters even agree with, decriminalizing marijuana. And, the war on drugs has not worked. It's not even a war. If anything, we've lost that war. There have been more and more drugs. It's not working. So let's just stop this, because we aren't being benefited. It's hurting our people. It is dysfunctional, and it's hurting people of color. Non-violent drug offenders. And Cory Booker really nailed that. Now, I don't love this guy, but he sure did well, and that's why I made him a decent debater. I gave him the Decent Debater Award, because he didn't win the debate, but he stood out. Like, you're going to remember that. You're going to remember him. He was smooth. With him, he had one really good moment, but in general was kind of flat. If he would have had another good moment, maybe even 2 more, I would have made him a winner. But he only had one great moment, and the rest was kind of flat. But applause Please applaud him. Wow, he did an amazing job. And then now let's move on to Joe Biden. Joe Biden had a gaffe there, and I'm gonna talk about that later. But what were some of the talking points he made? Oh yes, he went off topic and started saying. No, actually, no, this is on topic. He said we should actually, yeah, I agree with you. We should legalize marijuana, but we have to research it. Well, actually, there has been research about the long-term effects, and the results have come out. Guess how many people die from marijuana every year? You're probably guessing, I don't know, a few thousand, maybe a few hundred, maybe 10. No, it's zero. Zero. So, yeah, Joe Biden, we already have looked at the effects of marijuana usage, and the effects are that 0 Americans die every year from, marijuana-related deaths. Well, that doesn't make sense. 0 Americans die every year from a marijuana-related cause, or an overdose. And I'm not saying marijuana is a good thing. It certainly isn't. And I'm not embracing it either. It isn't amazing. Kids shouldn't use it. Only grown-ups can have the freedom to use it. But it doesn't cause any deaths when your brain is fully grown. With a kid, it won't kill them, but it'll sure affect their brain. And I'm not saying legalize it for everybody. Legalize it for people above the age of 18. Because it doesn't really do too much damage then. And then the other point that Joe Biden made was, the black community supports me. The only black female senator ever elected to the Senate endorsed me. And I'm like, dude, Kamala Harris is on stage. She's a black female senator. Does it look like she supports you? No, she's running against you. So, that's another Biden gap, and it just happens over and over. And that's when you realize that he's not fit to become president of the United States. And then he said, Obama chose me to become his vice president for a reason. Black people love me. Now, I disagree. Why? Because look at Joe Biden's record. In 1975, he supported continuing the segregation of school buses. In the 1990s, he supported the crime bill, which just, oh my god. It was addressed by Bill Clinton, right? And the Senate voted it. And basically what that bill was about, what the bill caused was so many black people to be incarcerated. And that still has effects, today, that still has effects to this day. Because in the 90s, you had so many black people incarcerated because of that crime bill. And now you still have so many black people incarcerated because of that crime bill. So, not the best record. So, no, Joe Biden, you didn't get chosen to be Obama's vice president because you're friendly to black people. You got chosen because of the opposite. You had to appeal to that racist white man who was thinking of going against Obama. Very interesting moment. Oh, sorry. So let me just summarize it again. Cory Booker destroys Joe Biden on marijuana, showing how it's not a war on drugs, it's a war on black and brown people. And then Joe Biden says, the black community supports me. Although I did, sign that crime bill and I did try to segregate school buses, I totally, am fair to black people. I totally have a good past. And that's totally why I got selected to become Obama's vice president. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I'll see you guys later, and bye.